That's no problem at all. Pardon me. My name is Preston from Blox, and I wanted to start off by asking you all a question. How many of you have homes that are powered by solar panel or some kind of renewable technology, energy technology? Cool. That's a good spread. That's good. So I'm asking this question to kind of illustrate the point of the mission that we're on. It's fantastic that I think we can all sort of agree that renewable energy is at the stage where it is no longer a nice idea. It's no longer a nice idea for the future. It's sort of become a situation where it's a necessity that we're all going to have to face if we want to continue living on this planet. It's nice for us to be able to make that impact. We've invested into our homes. We've seen the savings over the long term. We've lessened our impact on the environment, and that's fantastic. But what about the fringes? There's a problem with this. There's a gap. Not everyone can afford to make the same investment, nor is it always practical. Although we currently have the technology available to be able to produce renewable energy and to remove our reliance on fossil fuels completely, it hasn't happened. And the reason for that is that there's this gap. And the gap between the technology and the people that consume energy on a daily basis. And that gap is caused by accessibility, and we believe, that this is the biggest hurdle that we have towards renewable energy and a renewable energy future. So there's four main reasons. So number one, the technology costs too much for the majority of society. If you think about third world countries and developing nations, it's even worse. Number two, a lot of technology that's coming out of universities is fantastic, but it's not mass producible. And it takes years to get to that stage where it is mass producible. Number three, the solar system or any sort of renewable energy system requires a lot of skills and knowledge to design, install and maintain. And number four, it's also not practical for situations where power is needed quickly, without fuss, such as aid outposts, remote surgeries in the outback, or communities in flood-affected areas or disaster zones. So the gap is real. And when you consider that more than 1 billion people around the world are locked into abject poverty because they don't have access to reliable electricity, you can start to see the magnitude of the problem. So Blox is on a mission to close that gap by building a product that puts the power of solar energy into the hands of those that need it most. So we're starting at the other end of the scale, not with big corporations, but with everyday people in overlooked situations where renewable energy can also make a social impact as well as an environmental. Blox is the brainchild of engineer Tim Larson, who came up with the idea when he was installing solar energy systems in Nepal, and he saw how complex the systems were, the amount of panels, batteries, inverters, and other components that went into putting these systems together. And quite often those systems would fall apart after a few years because the people there just didn't know how to maintain them. So the idea was to create a single product that combines all of those elements and put it into one single product together. So Blox is simple to set up and use. Anyone can use it without any technical knowledge whatsoever, and can power anything from a campsite through to remote surgery, day and night, many other applications as well. It's deployable, so it's lightweight enough to take camping. You can stack a number of units on a truck and deliver them straight to site in a disaster-affected zone. We've got houses that are completely out of power. It's also scalable. So the genius behind the design is actually this is probably a better slide. The genius behind the design is that you have the ability to connect multiple units together and basically up your power output and essentially create your own microgrid that's incredibly portable. So after winning the 2017 Global Business Challenge, the company is now backed by investors and organisations with pilot programs underway. In 2018, Blox partnered with a team behind the ST Business Red Robot, which is where I'm from, to design and produce the first prototypes here in Canberra. And we're moving into production in 2020, and right now we're looking for applications where our product can help in emerging nations, emergency services, construction, aid organisations, remote operations, anything that you can think of. So if you would like to join us on our mission to help us close the gap, if you know someone someone in an organisation, or we know of an organisation that has an application that might suit, please get in touch. Our details are on the screen. possibly hang around. Hopefully I can meet you after this as well. Thank you very much for your time.